warm smell like eucalyptus rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. She lit up the candle and showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I felt the anthem say, hey, welcome to the Hotel California. It's such a lovely place. It's such a lovely place. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, and you can find it here.
How's it going, folks? This is Wayne Hart back with another lesson and an amazing song as always. Today we've got the Eagles and Hotel California. I think everybody at some point on their guitar journey should get this song down. I'm playing it in a slightly different way than what it's normally played with a capo. I'll explain in a minute with the the tutorial. And the reason is I think it's really cool to get that sort of picking intro down. It works really well acoustically. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so the song is in standard tuning, but as you can see, you're going to want the capo way up on the 7th fret, and that will put it in the same key as the song, okay? If you notice in the intro, I had the capo on the 4th fret, and the reason being, I just find it really difficult to sing in the key when the capo's up on the 7th fret. But for the purpose of the song, to keep it in the same key as the song, you'd want the capo on the 7th fret, okay? A regular version would be playing sort of without a capo, and you'd start with a B minor. I think then we go to sort of an F sharp minor, and a variety of chords around sort of the open position. But the good way doing it this way, you can get the little sort of picking intro in, which I'll explain in a short while. So I'll go over all the chords you need first. I'll show you the strumming pattern, and then we'll go over that intro with the picking, okay? So your first chord that you need is going to be an E minor, okay? Now I suggest you do it with your 2nd and 3rd finger, and it's going to be easier changing to the next chord, which is a B7, because you find you can keep that, 2nd finger on as an anchor finger when we change to that B7, okay? The next chord we're going to need is a D chord, but I prefer the voicing, especially on the picking, as a D sus2. So we just take a regular D chord, and we're just going to take the 2nd finger off. That would give us the voicing of a D sus2. The next chord is an A chord, but again, I prefer to do this type of A chord. Again, the voicing's a lot better, especially when you do the picking. So we're going to want the 3rd finger. That's going to go on the 4th fret relative to the capo on the A string. 1st finger is going to go on the 2nd fret. That's on the D string relative to the capo. And just like the A chord, we play from the A string open down and play the 5 strings. Okay, really nice sounding A chord. Then we go to a C chord. Okay, next chord will be a G. Now I play the G with my 2nd, 3rd and little pinky on the 3rd fret, top E string relative to the capo. In the chorus, it's nice to put this little embellishment in where we have the 1st finger on the 1st fret and the B string, okay, and do a G sus4 chord. You'll see where that comes in a short while. And the last 2 chords are an A minor, and then we've got a B7, okay, and that's going to be all of your intro and pretty much all of your verses. Quite a lot of verses in this, there's 5 verses altogether, and then the only other different part you need from this will be the chorus. So I'm just going to play around those chords once, just with straight strumming. So we've got the B7, D sus2, that different voicing of the A chord, C chord, G chord, A minor, B7. With the words,
on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell like eucalyptus rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night.
Okay, so that's going to be your chords to the intro and the verses. So the only other different part you need to play this acoustically will be the chorus. So it's pretty much the same chords but in a different order. And they're exactly the same timing. Each chord is going to go for 2 bars. So we're going to start with the C chord. And we go to the G. So it's nice to add that G sus4 in there. We go to a B7. E minor, C, G, A minor, B7. Okay, so with the words, so welcome to the Hotel California, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California, any time of year, you can find it here. And then we go back into the verse again, okay? It's quite nice from that E minor chord on that second line to this little pickup note going into the C. I'll show you what I mean. So we get this. Welcome to the Hotel California, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. So it's nice to move the second finger up to the second fret on the low E string just before we drop into that C, a little sort of pickup note. Plenty of room at the Hotel California, any time of year, you can find it here. Okay? Obviously sounds really well when you add the strumming pattern in, which we'll go over now. So the strumming pattern per chord, because each chord goes, you know, for sort of 2 bars. So we get this down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. So down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Sounds really well, you know. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. Okay, now to finish the song, with it being acoustic, I'd like to sort of finish it on the chorus. But if you wanted, if you were playing with somebody who was doing the solo, that would just be over the top of the verse chords. So after the last chorus, you just sort of carry on with the verse chords, and that's pretty much what the solo, all the way to the end of the song, would go over. Okay, so that just leaves us with the intro. Now, if we look at each chord as a pair, this same pattern will go for every pair of chords. So if we take the E minor, so the first chord in the pair, what we actually do, we pick down from the, we always go from the root note, which is the open E string. So we pick down 4 strings and then back 1. So we get this. And then we pick up the top 4 strings. So top E string, B, G to the D. So if you put that together. Okay, and then the second chord in the pair will be the B7. So what we do on the B7, this time we pick from the A string, the root note, and we pick down 4 strings again and up 1. Now instead of picking up the top 4 strings, this time we just do a strum. So if you put those 2 chords together, this is what we'd have. We'd have it. Okay, and then the next pair of chords, the D, we do exactly the same thing, we're just changing the root note. So now we're going to, you know, pick from the open D string. So down 4 strings and then back 1. And then up the 4 strings. E, B, G, D. Then we go to that A chord, so now we're picking from the A string, down 4 strings and back 1. And then the strum. Next pair of chords, we go from the C chord, so we pick down 4 strings from the A string and back 1. Up the top 4 strings. Then the G, we go from the E string, down 4 and back 1. Then we do the strum, and then the last pair of chords, we got the A minor from the A string again, up the top 4 strings, and then the last chord, same from the A string again, down 4 and back 1, and then the strum. So we put all that together really slowly, we'd have D sus2, the A voicing, C chord. It's nice on the C chord as well to do this little hammer on, sort of, you know, with the, that would be the second finger, and then the G, A minor, and that is pretty much all you're going to need. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you all dug that. What an amazing song, and I think everybody, like I said in the intro, at some point should learn how to play Hotel California. And this is a nice, easy way to play it as well. So I think, you know, a lot of beginners could get this one as well. I also think, you know, if you go out and play live gigs and things like that, it's a good one to stick into your set if you want to fill your set out, because the song, you know, is about 7 or 8 minutes long, so it's a good one to put in there. But just a great song anyway. I think it's an amazing song, so I hope you all dug that. If you got any other requests for, you know, not just Eagles songs, any from 50s to modern day, a lot of you know the drill now, so you could either comment in the post below requesting a song, or another good way is if you like my social media pages, which is, so I'm Wayne R Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, and now also Instagram. I'd appreciate it if you gave me a like or a follow on those platforms anyway. But that way, if you want to, you know, you can send me a personal message requesting a song. I do always try and reply to messages. I do always say, though, you got to respect. I get quite a lot of requests, so I do have to henpick them a little bit. But don't let that put you off. Please do keep your requests coming. Thanks, everyone, you know, as always, for subscribing. Thanks for the support. If you are already subscribed, a further way you could help me out is hitting the little notification bell that's somewhere down there, so you get notified every time I post a video up, and you can keep up to date. Another way, I always say word of mouth is a powerful thing, so please like my videos, share my videos, tell your friends, tell your work colleagues, point them in my direction. You know, I'd really appreciate that. So that just leaves me to say have a great morning, day, night, whenever it is you're watching, and I'll catch you all for a lesson very soon. Take care.